Hello YouTube friends, and welcome to the Last Homely Garden. I'm sitting here in my midsummer garden surrounded by beautiful flowers. The most gorgeous scented rose, the rambling rector, just above my head here. The lavenders beside me smelling beautiful, and the bees are going crazy in amongst all these flowers. It's a very good time of year, midsummer, here at the Last Homely Garden. And I want to share with you something that happened a couple of days ago, and it's all to do with my goose Eileen. Now, if you saw the last video in this series, you'll have seen that Eileen has moved to a new home. She's gone to Brad at Love You More by Brad, to his little animal sanctuary. She's gone from being on her own here and having a pretty lonely existence to being there in his place with more geese and poultry and goats and pigs and alpaca and all manner of things. And I have to say, she's having a wonderful time. And I told Brad that I was making this little video, and he sent me this clip. And I think you'll have to agree, she's having a marvellous time. So when people got to know that the goose had moved on, I know someone who makes structures out of willow. I've known her for many years, and she reached out and said that she had a willow goose and would I like it? And it felt like quite a nice tribute to Eileen, really. And so it was quite complicated getting it here. First of all, she's someone that Anna's been doing some work with. So the goose was taken to Anna's house and has been sitting in her garden for quite a long time. And then the people who help me in my garden sometimes, they brought it here in their van, which was quite hard because it's a small van and it's a big goose. I hadn't appreciated just quite how big it was. So in preparation for this goose arriving, and I'm really grateful to those two for bringing it here. So the goose was here, and I made a decision about where I wanted to put it. And then I thought, well, I need to strim a path through to that area so that we can get through to it to put the goose there. So I have a strimmer, and I don't usually use it. Other people use it on my behalf. Aunt or Jen and Annie, they use it. So I thought, well, how hard can it be? I can strim, surely. So I got out one evening recently and I strimmed the path round the pond. It was a very spontaneous decision to go out there and strim, and so don't have a go at me in the comments because I'm not wearing PPE. I've got a dress on, and I think I didn't have my slippers on, but I just had some sandals on, not dressed for strimming. However, I did what I wanted to do, and I got the pathway strimmed around the pond. Now, when the goose was here, she would have eaten all that grass down, so we're having to maintain it now. But I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all. Oh, and it isn't just grass. There's lots of thistles and nettles round there too, which makes it quite unpleasant to walk round, especially when my little grandchildren come to visit. So I was taking down the big tall thistles too. The pond is looking very good at the moment because Ant's got the water flowing again, so the pipes bringing water siphoned from the dam into the pond and overflowing into the drain. It's really clean because the goose isn't on there using it as a toilet. Also, the planting around the edge of the pond is able to recover because she's not eating it. And so there's been many good knock-on reasons why it was a good idea to move the goose to Brad's. She's happy, I'm happy, everyone seems to be really happy. So if you're missing Eileen, you can always go over to Brad's channel, and I'll leave a link in the show notes here so that you can go directly to Brad's channel and see how she's getting on. Very well indeed. So I strimmed round the pond, and then the goose is I don't think it's terribly heavy, but it's really big. And so I got Ant to come and help me move it. And we moved it into place. Well, I filmed it, he moved it. So the goose is now sitting there beside the cabin, looking at the pond, not doing any damage at all. So Ant's here helping. We've moved the goose.
At last.
Yeah, it's been here for a little while.
Absolutely.
And I think it looks fantastic there.
It just blends in nicely, doesn't it? Just gently, looks like it's just poking out to come see every time you come down, you know, so
and
it's good.
It won't make the pond mucky.
Absolutely not.
That's the whole plan.
Yeah.
So the thing about the pond is looking fantastic, but I want you to tell folk about the overflow pipe that we've got siphoning from the main dam through the Alcathene pipe and into the pond here. Now, I put that in 18 months ago.
Oh, easily, aye, yeah.
When we first put the pond in, you put that in, so that's 2 years.
Yeah, aye.
This pond and cabin have been here 2 years, Ant.
That's unbelievable, isn't it?
No, I can't believe it either. Well, it's settled right into the landscape now.
But if you were to stumble upon it and didn't know we built it, you would think it'd been here forever and a day, wouldn't you?
That's
Because
exactly
it's just overgrown and,
you
know, with this core that you've put in, it's made the grass come right down to the edge of the water as well. And
that's exactly
the black's
right.
gone. And all this, the marsh marigolds there, aren't there?
They're all the ragged robin and
absolutely.
And we've got some lovely...
Well, there's some geum as well. You know, they're all coming away really nice, like, you know,
it's
so...
really great. And
absolutely.
So the first thing to say about that is that there isn't a goose eating all of that, which means that this year it's been allowed to grow.
Yeah.
But I want you to tell folk about the pipe, the overflow pipe, because it keeps getting blocked and the water runs beautifully. And the idea with the water is that it just creates a sort of a gentle movement of water. The water goes out the other end of the pond and into the drain.
Yeah.
And just keeps it moving slightly so we don't get stagnant water.
That's right, aye.
3 or 4 times now it's blocked up. Tell them why.
Well, we've put a perforated bottle on the end into the lake so that nothing can get in. 3 or 4 times now we've come down and the water's been trickling through the pipe, and when we've taken the joint out where the tap is, there's a little perch stuck, so we've had 3 or 4 of them now, and we're going to have to take the other end back out the lake and see, because how they're getting in I have no idea.
So there's been a little dead perch blocking the 2 on one occasion.
Yeah.
And mostly just one.
Just one,
just tiny. Maybe just a tiny thing.
Yeah, maybe a couple inches long at the most, you know.
Long enough to... And then we had a conversation and Ant said, do you know, it'd probably be a good idea if we just made this a straight pipe so the perch can get out the other end and you can have perch in the pond. And we had quite a conversation about that, didn't we?
Yeah, I got wrong. We're not having perch in the pond.
We're not having... So this is a lovely northeast expression, I got wrong, which means you've properly got told off, because there's no way we're having perch in this pond. We don't need them.
No, absolutely not. No.
So that was quite a lovely conversation, though.
It was quite funny.
It was.
But no, it's amazing. You know, nature finds a way. And you just have to look... I think it was in Russia or somewhere where they took one of these dams out of the river that had been there for 40 years. And it was blocking the salmon and the sturgeon from running up the river. And they took it out, and within 2 years, they had some of the highest migrations back into the river where they're taking it out, you know. And nature, you know, it finds a way.
I love stories like that.
So it's fantastic. Like,
I love stories like that, because nature knows what it's doing.
Yeah.
I mean, what we're trying to do here is kind of keep nature back. Because what it wants to do is just make the reeds grow back and all the thistles and the nettles and all of that. And what we're trying to do is just keep it back, but just enough so that we can enjoy it. Yeah, absolutely. That's how I feel about it. But not too much so that it looks like, you know, we're a park open to the public.
That's right. It doesn't want to look like Kew Gardens, does it? But it just looks, at the moment, I think, if there was no roads and you walked through, you would just stumble across it and think, wow, what a wild old pond that's been
yeah.
made some stage, you know. And it's fantastic.
Here at Midsummer, we've had a lot of rain,
Yeah.
which has made things really grow, because now we're starting to get that warmth, and the whole place looks so lush.
Yeah. Absolutely,
I just love it, I really do.
No, it's fantastic, and forecast a good day again and a nice week next week.
Good, so that's what we want.
It'll be spot on.
And so I can't remember how many years ago now, maybe 7 years ago, we planted 250 trees around this whole the area I call the front woods, and all in tree guards to stop deer and rabbits or whatever eating away at them. And I think maybe it was 5 years ago, I can't remember. And we're just getting to the stage now where we can remove some of those tree guards.
Definitely, yeah. Some of the hardier ones, like the silver birches and stuff, they self-seed anyway, and a lot of the wildlife, especially the deer and stuff like that, they see that many of them, they don't really bother them, you know. I think it's the unique ones that have a little bit of different taste in the bark.
So
you know,
a bit more delicacy.
Exactly, especially fruit trees, because the bark is sweet on them, you know, so they tend to be something that they hone in on.
Okay.
These run-of-the-mill ones that we already have, you know, we should be fine to take the guards off now.
So we'll take some of the guards off those, and it'll look nicer without those green guards on them. They're doing really well, some of those.
Yeah, absolutely.
They really are.
No, it's all turned out really nice.
It is. And another thing, loads of catchy up things, but at the beginning of, at the end of May, or was it the beginning of May? I can't remember. The RSPB, the bird charity, suggested we all bring our bird feeders in to stop the spread of a disease that's actually really affecting the garden birds. And I did it because I'm well behaved, I do as I'm told. But what I'd like to say is just how many birds I'm seeing around the place. It hasn't mattered that I'm not feeding them. They're everywhere.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, that was in the gardens the same, you know. We've got whole flocks of like long-tailed tits, siskins, goldfinches and everything. And they're all just coming into the garden and then flying about, you know. So.
I saw a pair of goldfinches the other day, and the reason why I mentioned it was there's just been a little blackbird hopping along the walkway here. So the garden is alive with birds, regardless of the fact that I'm not feeding them. Today then, we've moved the goose, which I'm thrilled about. You've cut the grass, kind of like in keeping with a bit wild here, a bit cut here, so that the grandkids can run around and have a good time. So we do what we can.
Yep. And
I'm grateful. So thanks for moving the goose. Thanks for doing all my green work this morning and all the other bits and pieces that I get you to do. And we'll get on with Midsummer's Day.
Absolutely. Grand.
So thank you for watching my Midsummer Garden video. I hope you've enjoyed it with my new willow goose to remind me of Eileen. If you want to see what Eileen's doing, then go across to Brad's channel, and I'll leave a link in the description below to Brad. Love You More by Brad, who does quilting as well as look after all these rescue animals. So we're in the grip of a heat wave now here in the UK. It's not quite so hot here in the north of England, but I think there's some temperatures down in the south that are the highest on record, and so that's not a good thing. I hope wherever you are, you're keeping cool. The cat and I are going to go inside in a second and see if we can cool down. If you've enjoyed this video, then put your notifications on, because I don't post regularly to the garden channel, just when I've got something to say, like today. And so if you give this video a like and a thumbs up, but put your notifications on when you subscribe, and that way you'll get the next video that I post here to the Last Homely Garden. I think this is about the most glorious time of year for the garden, with the rose here in full flower, with the bees. I came out yesterday and sat underneath this rose bush here. Well, it's a rose extravaganza, and I thought there must be a swarm of bees. I used to keep bees, I don't any longer, and I thought maybe someone's bees had swarmed, but it's not. It's just bees here in and amongst these beautiful flowers, and this gorgeous rose. It's just so lovely. So I'm going to sit here until it's too hot to sit here. I don't know how you're managing with your fur coat. She seems okay. Wherever you are, I hope you're all right. Plenty of water. That's what she needs, isn't she? You need to go and fill your water up. Some nice cold water. I'll see you next time here at the Last Homely Garden. There's loads of stuff going on over at the Last Homely House channel. In fact, the very next video that's going out, I'm sitting in this very seat doing a craft that I really enjoy doing. So that one will be coming out soon as well. I number these videos to make them easier for you to find. And I don't know what number this one is, but they're all in order. So if you think you've missed one out, you can go back and find the numbered video. For now though, I'm just absolutely loving my garden. Take care. I hope you're enjoying your garden too.